Hey everybody, welcome into another episode of the Talk Anime Podcast.
Podcast. Wow, that was really fast. Holy crap, you were in on that one. You rolled in.
Rolled in, I was ready.
That was
I was
that was like, oh,
I was ready
that
to
was
go.
too
It's been a
fast.
minute. I was
Like
anxious.
you were all the way up here and I'm like all the way like down here, like eighth circle of hell right now.
It might be because you have some sort of a plague.
Yeah, the fucking plague, man. Anyway, I'm Justin. He's Jared. Welcome back on in, everybody. Sorry for the absence of episodes lately. We decided we'd take a 2-week break. We had some stuff going on in
I
July. Jared
moved.
was moving. I was doing a bunch of stuff for work and doing a lot of apartment rearranging kind of stuff. So we were busy.
Yeah,
Bottom
we haven't
line.
even played Civ or anything.
No, yeah, I haven't been on, and I mean, they even have the new update and everything. I haven't
I
even
haven't
played it yet.
touched it yet.
I need to touch it. Yeah, so this is gonna be our mid-season review for the summer, of 2020, and a little bit more variety, than what the spring had to offer, but still pretty lacking in terms of the number of animes that are out there right now. But I guess as we get closer to the end of the year, we can hopefully expect more animes coming back, as we go
Hopefully
along
so.
here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just talk about some of the animes that we've been watching so far, what we've thought, what we've liked, what we've disliked, and what we're gonna continue to be watching. So
Yeah.
with that, let's go ahead and get started on the first one, which is it's not a new series, but it's a returning series from 4 years ago, ReZero,
Oh
Life
man.
in Another World. I think that's what it's called. I think that's
ReZero starting life in another world.
something like that. Good enough.
We all call it ReZero. Oh
Yeah,
man,
ReZero.
did this. So, those 4 years have not been wasted. They kicked this off with a bang. First episode is just
Yeah,
gets right back
yeah,
into the story.
yeah. I maybe it's because I haven't watched it in a minute, but honestly, like I after that first episode, I feel like it's just been kind of lagging, to be honest.
So, I watch this pretty much every Wednesday with a couple of the guys we get on here on Discord and watch it. And John, who's doing the JoJo's stuff with us, said the same thing to a degree, but I just kind of felt like they're just building up to like that big like
I
something's
get
going to go
that,
down
but
and there's going to be some horrible suffering that Subaru is going to go through yet again. Plus, I've
right.
really enjoyed the character development that Subaru's gotten this season already, especially in
Eh,
the last week's episode.
See, I hated last week's episode.
Oh, I
I thought
loved it.
I hated it. I thought it was so stupid.
Oh, we got to
I
see his
don't
mom and his
care.
dad. It was
Yeah, I
wonderful, I
don't
thought.
care.
Well,
I
we
don't
got to.
care.
It was more about like seeing Subaru and seeing how he's like compared to like, I guess his dad is like some awesome person.
Yeah, I
Like
guess.
you get different comparisons there, different background story with him, why he's kind of the way he is,
Yeah.
and then with the end of it, with him progressing to like going back to school.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just would have preferred a little bit more action in between all this buildup that they're clearly trying to do. I don't know. I just get worried because
I
whenever
wouldn't,
an
because
anime,
this is getting split into two cores, so we're gonna
yeah,
get 20-some episodes. They're just
I think,
it's
yeah,
getting a little bit of a slow build, and I'm really enjoying where it's going so far, personally.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm not 100% sold on the pacing that they're doing right now, but I guess it's it is what it is.
I feel like it's been pretty
But
consistent pacing. Yeah, it's been a little bit slower, but I've
that's what I mean is I don't like the slow pace. I
right.
really don't like the slow pace. I'm not a fan of it. Like I don't have an issue with where they're going. I just have an issue that there's just nothing really seeming like it's happening, to be honest. It just seems like they're just kind of running around. It doesn't I don't know. I just want more action. That's all.
That's fair. I'm sure it's coming. Like, I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised if it happens in today's episode while we're recording it. We haven't watched yet.
Yeah,
that we get
episode
some
30
more.
we have not watched yet. Yeah,
I do
could
enjoy
be.
the witch that we've encountered. She's been fun so far.
Yeah, she has been a lot of fun. I still, her eyelashes kill me.
I know.
Though, man. Those things are so bushy. Oh my god, they kill me every time. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, thus far, I would say, probably like in terms of ratings out of 10, probably like a 7.
Oh, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love the whole universe and everything.
I mean, I
it's been
enjoy
a
the
10 out of
universe.
10 for me from like the get-go when the show first came out. And like for other shows that can get even better, I do crank it up to an 11.
Right. I'm just saying that I'm basing it off of this season alone, not
right.
the entirety of this work. I would say thus far for the season, I would say it's about a 7.
That's fair. Realistically, I'd probably give it like a 9.3.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a little bit more fair, right there, or rating right there. But I am curious where it's going to be going forward, and I think, if not this episode, I think next episode, like, they're going to have something go down,
I was about to say, they need to something needs to happen at this point, because there's just been, like, not enough going on these last couple episodes to keep me really, like, intrigued. But, gonna keep watching it. It's a great series, so I'm gonna keep watching it, but it needs to pick up the pace a little bit. Next up, we've got a series that has the exact opposite issue.
Talk about cranking it to 11 from the first episode.
The very first episode, the god of high school, just smacks so hard.
Man, this show is so good. Besides the last step. Well, I haven't watched this past Mondays, but the wedding episode was just, pacing was atrocious.
It was a little bit. It was definitely it was a very weird curveball of an episode. I was not. I didn't know what to think of that episode, but I was like, in comparison to some of the stuff I've watched in the past, not the worst. I mean,
not the worst, but that episode was not.
No, I still
great. Like I can see around like the rough edges where they were trying to go with it. But it felt like something that should have been split into like 2 episodes fully.
Yeah. I think they could have for sure. And I think the main point was they were just trying to quickly show like, okay, now they're best friends. Now all 3 of them are best friends now.
Right.
So, and then of course, what's her name gets the shit kicked out of her by Dwy, is that his name? At the end of that episode?
Yeah, Han Dwy.
Yeah, Han Dwy. And what's the girl's name? There's Go,
Mira.
Han Dwy, and then Mira. Yeah,
Mira.
That's it.
But this show, like,
this show's wild, man.
It was so much fun in the first episode. Like, the animation for the fight scenes in this is bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, Studio Mappa, their fight scenes are just so freaking good.
They're killing it. It's so good.
And I know some people are mixed on this, but I find it very comical and fun to watch, like, in the rings. Like, around it, you'll see, like, the logo for, like, Crunchyroll and Webtoons.
Oh, that's my favorite thing.
I love it. That's
my favorite thing. Fuck all the haters. That's my favorite thing in this show. The Webtoon and Crunchyroll ads in the middle of the show. I love it. I'm here for it. That's just like WWE bullshit. Like, that's it.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm here for it.
Like, and I didn't know anything about this series going into it besides it was like pretty much just a giant tournament rolled into a show. But like we're getting like personas / stands in it now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, this is the most, like, I want to understand what this power system is that they've got going on right now. Like, they have yet to even come close to explaining what these powers are, how they work, or anything.
Right?
But I want to know, and I want to know now.
Oh.
Give it to me, Gods of High School.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this week's episode. I was meaning to watch it yesterday, but got busy doing some other stuff. But
It's very good.
I'm excited to check it out, see where the plot continues to go forward, watch more awesome fight scenes.
Yep. It's very good.
That
fight
animation.
scene. The fight scene in this in this next episode, Jared, it's fantastic.
Oh, I would imagine so.
It's so good.
And this
It's
is
so-
definitely living
it's
up
so
to that
pretty.
hype for
It's
a
so
Crunchyroll
pretty.
original for me.
Yeah, Crunchyroll once again has knocked it out of the park. And honestly, I think this ends up beating Tower of God in terms of where do I think it ranks in terms of the anime of the year. I think God of High School ends up winning out over Tower of God thus far, but there's a few other animes too that could potentially compete with that for that title. But
Yeah, we'll see where that's gonna go. I would tend to disagree. I like the character development more in God of Tower of God compared to God of High School. But the fight scenes are far superior.
That's the thing. I think just as far as I think the animation quality, even in comparison to Tower of God, is way leagues and bounds above in Gods of High School. I think it's just really good.
Oh, I would 100% agree.
The story, they still need to kind of develop it more, but I think once we get there, it's gonna be very enjoyable.
Well, yeah, they take the best thing out of an anime and made an anime about it. The tournament arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody loves a tournament arc.
Yeah. Oh my god. But I think overall for me, I think that this is probably about 8.7 out of 10.
I was gonna say an 8.2.
8.2.
So we're right there.
Yeah.
That episode with the wedding really killed some momentum, but
it picks
I
back
get they're
up.
trying to throw in some
It
quickly
picks back
toss
up.
together character development.
Just watch this episode.
Oh, I
Jared.
know. Oh, I believe it.
That'll quickly, that rating will completely change, I think, once you watch this episode.
It might go up a little. We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, next up we've got, excuse me, my teen romantic comedy SNAFU, Climax.
Yo, dog, I haven't watched this.
You hadn't? I thought you were gonna watch this one.
No, I'm behind. I need to rewatch season 1 and 2 first again. It's
Okay,
been so
well,
long.
never mind. Neither of us watched it.
I plan on getting to it by the end of this season. So look out for this in our summer season review of the season entirely. I'm working on it.
Okay.
But I don't have a mid-season review on the episodes yet.
Well, did you watch Sword Art Online, Jared?
Bruh, as you know, I'm a closet Sword Art Online fanboy. It's the greatest anime of the modern era. Kirito, he is the most powerful character of them all. Listen here, he'd curb stomp Goku. Absolutely curb stomp him.
I don't know why you sound like Joey from Yugi.
Yugs.
Hey, Yugs.
No, I'm not watching Sword Art. I don't watch that trash.
No, we don't watch that trash on this show. Not on my anime podcast.
I gave up after that after season 2.
I think we both did. Did you want to talk about Fire Force or not?
Just that I'm working my way through season 1 again to try to enjoy it more. I kind of want to try to watch season 2 because I keep getting told it's really good. You're going to really like it. But you need to at least get to episode 12 or 13 of the first season. I'm like, okay. But I am enjoying the first season more. This round. So we'll see. I'm trying to give it a fair shake.
I tried giving it the fair shake back in the spring, and I did not like it. So
we'll see.
Gonna pass. Let's see. Then, did you watch what the hell's the name of this one? And
Misfit of Demon King Academy?
I was gonna
because
ask
yes.
Rent-A-Girlfriend was up here next, I think. Oh no, Misfit of Demon Academy is next. Sorry, excuse me. I'm half asleep here. Haven't slept in the last 24 hours, so you'll have to excuse me. Yes.
Okay, so you and I
we trashed this one
garbage
so hard.
all over the show so hard in our like preview and like in I think a news episode or two.
We did.
We were like, this is gonna be hot trash. This sounds terrible. This show is garbage. Like, nobody should watch this. It just looks bad.
Don't watch it.
And we couldn't have been more wrong.
Right up our ass. This is a great show.
You see that big plate of crow over there? I'm just chomping down on it. It's just gobbling it up.
This show, it's one of my favorites. I really enjoy watching this one every week.
So this show takes like the overpowered character and does it in such like a serious way with no comedy added to the show that makes it comical to a degree.
Yes, exactly.
It makes it fun to watch.
I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, like if we're supposed to be taking this seriously, but it's to the point where they're so serious that it's hilarious, and I enjoy the hell out of it.
Like your main character, Anos, is just...
Ains.
It says Anos. A-N-O-S.
Yeah. A-N-O-S? I thought it was A-I-N-S.
It says A-N-O-S.
Oh. Okay.
I'm looking at the character right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I said,
haven't slept.
You're fine. I think that's what they mistakenly took the name as. Like the pretender that he's trying to find.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So your main character, Anis Voligod, or Voligod, or Valdigod?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I was laughing at the fact that you said anus.
Anos. I didn't say anus.
Serious Deke.
Protag-kun.
Literally just Protag-kun.
He is just so stupidly overpowered that it's like just not even a competition between him and anybody else that's going on. And like the first episode was like the perfect display of this because he just beat the shit out of a guy with his heartbeat. Killed him, brought him back to life, killed him again, brought him back to life, killed him again, over and over again.
He did it like 30 times.
Yes, and it was incredible.
And it was like the scene from Family Guy with Peter Griffin whenever he hurts his knee. It's just like it's funny the first couple times, and then you're like, okay, now the scene's getting a little long, and then it just comes right back around again where it's still hilarious.
He is so overpowered. He made a tsundere fall in love with him in a single episode. If that doesn't show you how overpowered he is, nothing will.
It dicked. Oh my god.
He's such a broken character. He was reincarnated and born and gave himself his own name.
Yes. He also grew up in like less than a week.
Yes, by like a month he was fully grown.
His parents are my favorite though.
Oh my god, the dad.
The dad is my favorite.
When he brings home both the girls, he's like, not even I could do that. Oh, and he picks up a castle and throws the castle.
nonchalantly just throws the castle.
An entire castle. Oh my gosh, guys, you have to watch the show. It's on Crunchyroll.
It's so good.
It is so much fun.
It's beautiful too. The animation is fantastic.
The animation's actually really solid.
Studio Silverlink. I know we gave you shit about this show, but it's very good.
It's so much fun. Like this is especially with this season where there's nothing else to really watch on a Saturday since I don't watch Sword Art.
Yeah.
Like this is my Saturday show.
Yeah, that's the Saturday show. Sit down and watch it. It's really good.
Oh, it's excellent.
It's so good. Highly recommend. We were so wrong. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Oh no, yeah, I'll be the first to admit
wrong.
we were completely wrong.
We completely missed the mark on this one. Go watch it. Seriously.
And that's why you give every show a chance.
That's right. I think this one I give a solid 9, to be honest. I
really? I was just gonna give it like a 7.8.
No,
but it's
I'm
so
really
much fun.
I'm really enjoying this show. It's a lot of fun.
And we still have a lot of characters to be introduced to.
Yes, we really do. Just even that last episode when they bring back the giant staff, and the sword fight's amazing. But I'm talking about like the first scene, which the stupid teacher's trying to fuck with them because she's trying to say, "Oh, the staff was stolen." Yeah, we'll give you like 70 points as opposed to 100.
And then just walks down and rips it out of the guy that stole it, was hiding it for her.
Yes.
It was like, here it is.
Here it is. I was like, oh, the whole episode's going to be dedicated to them looking for it.
No.
Nope. Gets solved in the first 30 seconds.
Oh, we got the awesome sword fight between him, like the sword master.
Yeah,
and then he was just using a stick. Just a stick. I just love it because the sword master's like, no, I gave my magical sword to this other person on his team to help her fight, and I'm just going to use this blunt sword. And then Eidos is just like, well, I'm just going to pick up this stick and use this.
Really pick up a twig.
And then beat him.
Yep. It's fantastic.
Gosh,
I love this show. I love it. It's so good.
I take it back, 8.1. I forgot about the stick.
That's right. All right, Jared. I think this is one you've watched that I haven't. Rent-A-Girlfriend.
Oh, man.
Talk about it.
Rent-A-Girlfriend has been so much fun. Frustrating at a lot of times, but a lot of fun. Our main character, Kazuna, he likes to think with his head.
Which head?
Exactly. So his girlfriend broke up with him.
Yep.
And then he rented a girlfriend because apparently that's something you can do in Japan.
As you do, as one does.
As one does. And then it kind of just turns into him like dragging her into his life, a little vice versa, because his grandma finds out that he has like a really pretty girlfriend, and it turns out that and she's
the grandma, other grandma,
and like so she's really a nice person when it comes down to it. She just gets frustrated with him because Kazuna's like just an idiot.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
But it like gets thrown into all different situations because his friends find out about the fake girlfriend, but they don't know it's fake. So it turns into this weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
So his friends find out like it's not. Well, they don't find out that he's renting a girlfriend, but he thinks they're actually dating, and it gets dragged into like his ex-girlfriend mommy, like becoming somewhat jealous of it, and then she really feels just like a thought.
She's a thought.
Like, that is the only way to really describe her. Like, I still can't figure out if she's actually just jealous and wants him back or what, because she broke up with him to start with and then saw him with a girlfriend, then immediately kind of wanted to get him back. But, like, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, the show is really fun. Like, I really enjoy it, but some of the characters are just so frustrating. I'm just, like, yelling at the screen, "She's a thought!"
She's a thought!
While I'm watching it. I am curious to see where this is going to keep going, because so far, we've only been introduced to 2 of the girls that are on the main artwork for the show so far.
Wow.
And it doesn't look like we're going to get introduced to another one in the next episode. Because it left off at a little bit of a cliffhanger. And I haven't watched the episode after that, which I think is actually out now. I think it comes out on Mondays as well.
Yeah.
But, Rent-A-Girlfriend it's really fun. I really like the opening song. It's done by the Peggies, who did the opener for Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds familiar.
Yep. So the music is great in that aspect for it. The show's fun. Besides Kazuna and Mami, like, I like all the other characters. Like, Kazuna has some fun friends. There's some really fun moments in the show. I haven't been bored with it at all, and I actually look forward to every single episode. This is definitely one I do plan on finishing the season with.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's only one show so far that I was just gonna flat out drop this season. So it's been a pretty decent season so far. Now there's nothing incredible about this show, but it is fun. There's good comedic aspects to it as well. I would probably give it probably 7.8. I would say. Right around there. I've been really enjoying it.
Okay.
I believe that brings us up to Deca-Dence.
Yeah. It does. So this one, man, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed with this one.
I can see that because it's not what people expected, because the whole first episode, you really don't get any hints of, like, the twists they throw at you in the second episode. Yeah, it's really like the tale of 2 shows in the first 2 episodes, and then in the third episode, they kind of start blending things together.
Yeah, I guess, but this isn't what I wanted. This is not how I wanted it to go. It is not what I wanted. So I don't like the weird, like, otherworld thing that they got going on here. I don't know. I don't even really know how to even describe this. This show is bizarre, but it's not bizarre in the way that I enjoy it.
I actually am enjoying it so far. Like,
and that's fine. I could
like,
see
even
where
with the weird twist, I was sold the minute that the giant fortress turned itself into a fist and just obliterated that giant monster.
That was pretty fun. I mean, it had its fun moments, but I was not about that twist. I did not like it. I thought it was stupid. I was like, okay, well, this ruins it for me. I'm not interested anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if they had been able to, like, blend in the first and second episode into, like, one episode, I think that would have been a better way of telling the story. Like, do the reveal at the end of the first episode, so you're not left thinking it's one type of a show and then it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Full spoilers. Like, so the first episode is just, it looks like a post-apocalyptic last of humanity is fighting against these monsters that have taken over the world. Yeah. They're in this giant fortress that turns itself into a weapon, and then you have other people that fight on the ground in these contraptions that are like Attack on Titan-esque.
Yeah. basically.
Where they float around and shoot these needles into the creatures to drain their blood for power.
Yeah.
And then it turns
really
into
weird.
the second episode is all about our character Kaburagi, who's at, and it's everybody in the world is essentially has like for lack of a better word, like a microchip in them. And then like most of the people that go out and actually fight these creatures are just avatars for like these AI.
It's basically a video game.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like it.
It's sort of like a video game, but it's in the real world. Like humans are real.
Yeah.
But they all still have chips in them, but they're like in this dome on Earth that's over top of like Eurasia.
Yeah.
And that's like the last like habitable place on Earth because it's been destroyed by like corporations, and most of humanity just turned themselves into these AIs.
Yeah.
And went to like essentially a digital world.
Yep, basically.
And then I don't know. I thought episode 3 actually started to blend it together pretty well. Like you got like a training montage in it, and you're starting to get where things are like being connected. And I'm enjoying it so far. I am curious how they're going to wrap this up because I am seeing it's only going to be 12 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's going to be too rushed.
That's what I was. That's what I was worried about.
I mean, it isn't original, so it's not like they're trying to pack it filled with something from a manga. But for what they've set up so far, it feels like 12 episodes.
It's not going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not interested anymore in it. I gave it the 2 episodes, but I didn't like it.
That's fair. I mean, I'm still sticking with it. I actually am enjoying it to a degree. I'd probably give it like a 6.8 so far. 6.7.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, for me, I think
it's enough to keep me intrigued.
I didn't like the twist. It's probably like a 5.3 for me. I just
It's fair.
I didn't like it. Next, we've got Uzaki-chan.
Oh my god, this is probably the funniest show this season. It's all about Uzaki-chan and Sakurai. They're your two main characters, and it's just them. Uzaki is I believe a first year in college. Sakurai's a second year, or right around there. Sakurai's a year older than her.
Yes.
And it's just about their antics of like Uzaki-chan always wanting to hang out with him and causing him grief to some degree, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Okay.
You get like,
what'd you rank?
Oh, what would I rank this? I'd put this like an 8.4.
Okay.
I really enjoy the comedy in this. The character interactions between the two of them are really funny. It's just like ecchi enough to where they added in for the comedy, but it's not like it takes over the show.
Right.
Like there's just a hint of it throughout the show.
Well, it's okay, because the next 2 shows that we're going to be talking about have more than enough energy to fill the void. Next up, we've got Monster Musume. Jared, you want to talk about that one?
Monster Girl Doctor. I've only watched the first episode of this one so far. But from what I've heard, it's kind of the same premise for each episode over and over again to a degree. Like, you have a doctor, his nurse is a monster snake girl, and they just go out and they work on different cases of monster girls each episode. First episode was with a centaur. And it was enjoyable. There was a little bit of ecchi in it. It actually wasn't... It was fairly ecchi, but not like over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had like your main character that seemed like kind of oblivious to it to a degree.
Yeah.
and where it more focuses on like him doing his normal like medical tasks with these monster girls, and then them making ecchi noises while he does it, essentially.
Oh, great.
I mean, it was okay. It didn't really grasp me. I'll watch a couple more episodes and see if I want to stick with it. Fully. But it's been all right. I haven't hated it.
Okay.
It's been a pretty decent show.
Lots of plot.
Yeah, it just from what I've heard, it feels like it just gets kind of repetitive.
The plot
with not a lot of progressing. I'd probably give it, I don't know, like a 6.3, 6.1.
Okay.
Enough that I'll probably at least watch a couple more episodes and see if I finish out the season.
Okay. I'm not gonna watch it.
I know you're not. You're not into the ecchi.
Not my thing. Speaking of, next we've got Dokyu Hentai Heroes. Jared.
Oh. Super HXEROS. Or superheroes. This is another one where I still have only watched the first episode, but I've like they're just they fight monsters with their erotic power. It's pretty funny. It's pretty ecchi from what I watched in the first episode so far. I just haven't gotten the chance to go back and watch more yet because I keep forgetting. Hopefully this week I'll be able to do that, because last week I did a big bulk watching of some other stuff, mostly non-ecchi shows. And then I think this week will be when I catch up on some more of the ecchi stuff. I still have Peter Grill to talk about up next after this one, which I actually have watched like 3 or 4 episodes of that.
You hadn't said anything about it, so I skipped over it.
Oh no, that's actually the ecchi show I've watched the most. For superheroes, I really don't have much of an opinion yet. I'm not even actually gonna give it a ranking yet, because I feel like I don't even know enough about the show, because the first episode was literally just setting it up.
I got you.
So I am gonna watch more of that, and look forward to our end of the season review where I can get more into that show. But the first episode had enough to intrigue me, I will say, to come back and watch some more.
We'll talk about Peter Grill, Jared.
If the show was 20-some minutes, I would not still be watching it. It's like 12 minutes an episode. Boys, I did the Lord's work for everybody here. This thing is so heavily censored.
Is it really?
Yeah. I had to go out and find the uncensored to see what it was like.
Oh, no.
And those light beams are there for a reason. This is the most ecchi show this season by far. Not quite on par with like Ishizuki Reviewers, but it's pretty up. It's up there. Like, it's not as unsettling as some episodes were in that, but like it's really funny. In the first episode, like, you have this hero, Peter Grill, who's wins this tournament to like marry the essentially the princess of the show.
Sure.
And then like towards the like last 5 minutes of the show or something, these two sexually charged ogres try to seduce him for lack of a better word, to knock them up because he has the strong seed. And yes, that is the term that they've used in the show.
Yeah, I see that. They're all vying for his seed.
Yep. So, what is a hero to do? Of course he sleeps with them. What do you think was going to happen? He was going to say no? So he hooks up with them. And that's kind of how the rest of the show has been going so far.
Oh my god.
It's just really ecchi antics going on. It's entertaining enough where I do keep watching it. Like, it is pretty funny. But, like I said, if this was like 20-some minutes of what happens in the episodes, it would not be worth watching. I think keeping this to like about 12 minutes an episode is right around where it should be. And
You heard it here, folks. Jared doesn't need 20 minutes.
I'm gonna finish the show. I'm doing the Lord's work here, people.
The anime Lord's work.
Yes, somebody has to review the ecchi.
And now we talk about probably the biggest disappointment of the season.
I don't think it was the biggest disappointment. Maybe biggest disappointment for you personally. I really didn't have like any expectations of this show. Like I thought it had a cool concept, but I really thought it could go either be a dumpster fire or be surprisingly good. We're talking about Gibiate. Gibated.
Gibated.
We were all gibated.
Masturbated. I don't know. It's so disappointing.
I watched the first episode and I was like, nah, this is trash. I remember texting you. Dude,
yeah, and then I watched
it. Hot garbage.
I didn't want to believe it. And then I watched it, and sure enough, no, it's hot garbage. The actors all sound bored. They all sound like they're half asleep. They sound like me right now. Trying to
they sound like Justin with the flu / Rona.
The flu / maybe the Rona. I don't know. Still waiting on tests to get back to me. Like, it's just pathetic. It's sad. The story is so boring and slow, and just from the start, and
there was not
happens.
A good thing about this at all.
Nothing happens.
No.
In the first 2 episodes, nothing happens.
I was gonna say the first episode, the most eventful thing is the samurai and the ninja are rowing a boat and get transported to the future.
Yeah.
And then nothing fucking happens.
Nothing happens. It's such a disappointing show, and I was really looking forward to it, and I'm really upset that let me down. Yep. Let me down.
I know. Especially since there wasn't like a ton of shows you were super interested in this season. Like this is one of the ones I think what's done it to you is you were really excited for this, you were excited for Deca-Dence, and you've been severely disappointed with both shows.
Yeah.
More so with really Gibated here.
Mostly the Gibated, yeah.
Like
yeah, I got Gibated by Gibate.
Yeah, you did.
I was not happy about it. But that's okay, because, No Guns Life second season is here. And you bet your damn ass, now that I'm not watching Deca-Dence or Gibiate, I'm gonna be watching No Guns Life second season. I haven't watched it yet. I went back and rewatched the last couple episodes of the first season to remind myself of where we were at the end of the first season, and now I'm going into the second season, and I'm very excited. But
right.
Yes.
Did you? I know you were also interested in starting The Millionaire's Detective. Or I think that was the title.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's come back yet off the top of my head.
Because
I know Apar Rahman hasn't come back yet, and I'm excited for that. That comes back. Actually, I thought that was supposed to come back at the end of July. There might be a 4th episode out of that I need to go watch.
Yeah. I tried watching, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I just assumed that it wasn't coming out this season. So
I thought it was supposed to come back at some point. I think it's on Funimation.
Maybe.
Same with like Food Wars for me. I haven't gone back and started watching I think it's the 5th season now.
Yeah, it's
the 5th plate, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Which I want to go and start doing that. That resumed. And I think that's the only other things that we'll probably have tacked on to our season review.
Yeah,
that comes around here back in late September, early October.
Around there. Yeah, it should be. Pari Ranman is back, so we are gonna.
Ooh, girl, I'm excited. Yeah. I was really enjoying that.
Yeah, I was too. So
that'd be another one to keep up with as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's our mid-season review, guys. I think we're pretty much enjoying most of what we've been watching this season.
Yeah, thus
well,
far.
I have at least.
They too. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys watching? Tell us what you're watching on our Discord or in the comments on YouTube.
Or on the comments in the audio realm.
Or yes, comments in the yeah, I guess you do leave reviews.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave us a 5-star review anywhere that you're listening to us for the podcast, and if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and hit subscribe. Also, if you want, you can also hit that little bell guy, and it'll notify you whenever we add new episodes.
Yes, it will.
Thanks for joining in, everybody. You guys have a wonderful week. Bye.